And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I am your host, the RPG Guy. Oh, this dungeon is definitely baring its teeth at me. As we have fought in every mob here, and we are still fighting mobs, and an entire episode dedicated to getting up the volcano's mountainside, inside the volcano now. And we still have more to do once we got past those double doors. I forgot that there was this little inside part, so those of you who were hoping for a big dragon, or I'm sorry, oops, did I dare get that out? A big boss fight coming up. At least you know where I am now. We are deeper in this dungeon, but there's still more enemies to get. And like I said, it's all about that XP. If the XP wasn't so necessary to a degree, oops, get over there, asshole. If the XP wasn't such a big deal in this game, and that the stronger you are, the easier your time will be getting through the rest of the game, I would probably not bother. But because to a degree, it is pretty important to be rather strong, it's just pushes you, keeps nudging at you to keep going harder and harder to try to get through this dungeon. And it's tough. It's definitely not an easy thing to tackle, as we're about to get put to sleep here and probably get murdered. No, we are back up. Let's unpetrify Ruben here. At least at some point I'd like to. There we go. Because Ruben's the one that's going to one-shot this Theno. And we can finish this fight relatively easily. I'm not going to burn through my magic anymore, though. We've used enough magic, and we just burned through some seeds, you know, to replenish what we lost when I could have just waited it out, rather. So, a little bummed about that, but that's just the way it goes. It's just the way it is. As we gotta go over here, pick a fight with these peckerdoodles. Da, peckerdoodle! Da! And if I didn't introduce myself, I am your host, the RPG Guys. Yes, I got a nice little private message from a viewer that I sometimes forget to introduce myself every episode. Alright, so we're fully healed, we've got full MP, let's make a save, because obviously we could be dicking with this off and on a bit. Much like any of the other bosses, they have a way to kind of troll you. It's the end of the line for you. Though the boss fight isn't that hard if you go in willing to burn seeds, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna blast him with, kind of spam him with white, let Ruben attack every once in a while Ruben uses life to heal. And we're gonna whittle this guy down. He's got over 10 grand or so of health, if I'm not mistaken. So we don't want to be too conservative on our magic here. Blasting his ass to the ground is a big deal. So for example, Ruben won't attack. He'll go ahead and heal his poison. And then next round he'll probably take damage and he'll need to heal himself. If he does, and that's assuming he doesn't die. So he's fine. Magic, and because both of characters have life, the battle's pretty much going to be relatively uninteresting. Because it's very hard for us to die, so... Okay, one of the heads is awkwardly gone, like it was just cut out for some weird reason, as opposed to looking like it was severed. I think there'd be like a little stem of bone or something sticking out there, but oh well. Electric! And because that's his last spell, let's pop a seed over on him. I don't even care if it's premature. We're obviously going to need more magic. Anywho. Let's hit him again, and then have Numbnuts heal himself. There we go. That angel giving us the little patsy on the back there. Ow, he hit me. He hit me hard. Hit him back, asshole. He's almost down. So we're hoping we get our heal off in time. Here we go. So far, this is working in our favor. Chances of failure are pretty low at this point, as we just won. Nice. Skadoosh. And we release the fire crystal and get fully healed in the process. Yay! If I'm not mistaken. Yes, we did. We did it. There's one crystal left to go. I remember a person from India saying something about the crystal because none of us can come up with unique names because we suck. Windia, where's that? To the southeast of the focus tower. Uh-oh. And thus we kill millions and millions of cave-dwelling people. Sometimes you just can't win. Alright, and we get the sun coin. Do not forget the sun coin. As we now make our way out of here. Relatively unscathed. We had a pretty good luck out with that boss fight. It wasn't too difficult. And yes, it's another one of these. Let's make a save real quick because we are in front of one. And I will see you guys when I'm done, because it's all enemies from inside the volcano, so... Alright, so we cleared that out for a delicious amount of XP. Yay! And we've got some other things for us to take care of. First thing, we're gonna go to town. We're gonna heal up, because it's cheaper than spending 2 seeds. Buy 4 gold. Ooh, and I'm too lazy to go all the way back to the other town, so I won't. Tastes like healing! Alright, so now that we're done wasting our time with that, we're gonna go back to Focus Tower, because there's more shit for us to do in order to get things on the road again. On the road again! I just can't wait to get on the road again. My nipples are really hard again, as we get on the road a fucking again. Why would I say that? I don't know, because I'm so tired of this game already. I think I'm losing my mind. Alright. So, yeah, we're still going. Still huffing along there. I want to say... Actually, I'm in this the wrong way, I think. And we're going to start seeing monsters in the Focus Tower, I think, for the first time as well, so... That's why I wanted to heal up before moving forward here. Down this way. In we go. Because now we have the flame coin, the fiery coin. It's a coin that's on fire! Yay! Oh, glorious day. And there's my one missing bomb. So yeah, we'll bounce around all the way over here. Open the door. Oh, God.
Hurry to India, but be on the lookout for Captain Black's ship.
Guy's kind of a douchebag, you know? Just saying, brah. Dude could stick around for like 5 minutes just so I can figure out the fuck we're supposed to do, but guess it's on the too hard pile. Alright, I don't want to go to the rope bridge yet, because there's actually stuff for us to do in the tower. So, yay! Let's get that stuff done. And we're close to leveling again. I think we're within, what, 6,000? Or no, 1,300. 1,362, eh? If you're gonna be specific, 1,362. So we're getting there. About ready to hit the delicious level of level 27, because it is delicious. And obviously, this is an area we haven't been to yet. And we're gonna be introduced to some pretty nasty monsters. Luckily for us, we get to strike first. And I would say, honestly, that let's not dick around with this fight in any way, shape, or form. Let's kill the guy that does the status effects. Let's use some white magic, clear these fools out. Like so. Not worth the risk, you know, not worth the risk at all. As we just murdered them, and we leveled up. Sweet! And we get the arrow spell. Woo! Arrow! So yeah, you just don't really want to dick around with a fight like that. You just don't. Especially when you can easily kind of recover from it after the fact, just by blasting away with a white spell. Because we're gonna be we're gonna backtrack a little bit after what's about to happen here, so just saying. And when we go to backtrack, we'll be obviously recovering what's lost.
Gotcha! Step back, fucker! I leave this filthy monster to me!
I don't know, you've not been doing that any time in the past. Oh, snap! Fool just got pwned. Bitch just got fucking destroyed. Which, for this dude, it's not going to bode well for him either. Because he's a single target versus my delicious explosives. And delicious explosive win. Ruben! I'm both right. Keep going and I'll catch up. Do it. Do it now. Get to the chopper. Do it. Danny, no. Still sounds like fucking what's it called? Pilot Wings. Your buddy fell, kid? Yeah, he's okay. All right. Then I'll tag along with you for a little bit. How convenient. All right, so yay for us. As we now have Tristan back in the party. Not that I really prefer his company or anything. I really don't. You don't need to go down the other vine, because the other vine leads to nowhere. We'll check this one for sure. Faux show. As that leads to a whole lot of nothing. But that one does lead to stuff. So we'll check. At least leads somewhere. What it leads to, we don't know. Another regular chest, which is fine. And that's got 3 seeds in it. Sweet. Keeps me from having to waste more money on them. Alright. Now we're going to go to, as opposed to the level forest, this forest is alive! Or something. Alright, so really what we have to do here is, how do I explain this? There's 2 aspects to this dungeon. What you need to know is that you can go and fight the enemies now and feel some sort of reward for doing it now. There's not much to say. Or you can come back here with a much better a better character than Tristan. But you do have to get to a certain area of the dungeon first. I'm not going in there. Or maybe I am. No, I'm not. Actually, there's not really too many directions we can do. Fuck it, I don't care. We'll fight the few enemies here, and when we come back, we'll fight them again. Just to stay ahead of the level spectrum. Much like enemies we have fought in the past, these guys are nothing special, and I don't mind even burning some white magic to just power us along here. With some focus on the ghost, because we can't use range attacks. But you'll notice Tristan can't instant kill anything. And the other thing that's going to happen later is the new character that's going to come in and replace Tristan. You're going to be at the mercy of a concept of you have 2 melee characters, and you're not going to be able to kill ghosts in one hit. So you have to kind of be weary of what's going to be coming up, and how are you going to deal with things. So we may avoid ghost fights by dealing with them in a sense now, as opposed to later. That way we don't have to worry about anything kind of backfiring on us in that regard. As you can see, it's going to be dividing them up like this, and this is kind of bullshitty, but it'll be what it'll be. Again, if necessary, I can always use magic too to make this even easier. He gets an attack, even though he just got summoned in. What a bitch. Alright, hit him again. And this is really just how battles are in this area. It's nothing special, it's just kind of monotonous. Bits of bitch slapping back and forth enemy-wise. We'll grab some delicious pociones. Skadoosh. Nothing over there. I think there's something over... No, never mind. Nothing there. Alright, and we're off to fight more ghosts. Okay, murdered them like the rest. Alright, we got a couple different ways we can go here. Let's go this way and grab this chest. For more of the delicious goodness. Let's head down here and see what's the hollers going on. So we got 2 ghosts, not really blocking anything, but we'll take them out anyway. So I'll see you guys after I kill both of them. Alright, I cleared out those 2 ghosts, but I accidentally started snooping around. Only for 3 refreshment, but watch, all the ghosts are going to come back now. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay. Had a feeling they would, but I guess you fooled me. As we got some more enemies out and about there. There's something down there, which is definitely something we want. I believe it's a new weapon. I ain't getting it this way. So let's fight this way. Alright. Alright, lots of enemies here. I'm just gonna clear out the trees here so I can just kill all 4 mobs in one go. Possibly 5. Let me see. There's a 5th one up here. A 6th one up here. I believe to continue forward in the story, we gotta go this way. There's probably a small chest or something over here. But we definitely want to get what's down there. So I'm going to clear out every mob you just saw right now. Alright, went to town of all them punks. Kill them like the rest, they say. Kill them like the rest. And we get the Giant's Axe, which is the best axe in the game. At 182 strength, it is the strongest weapon possible. Again, but you are, you know, subjecting yourself to any status effects that are based on reaction to a melee, counterattack. I can't fucking stop. I want to hiccup for some reason all of a sudden. As far as everything else in the forest, there's not too much left here outside of that because there's still an area we gotta get through. But I figure we can fiddle with this. May as well, that way we don't have to dick around with it when we come back. Alright. Let's keep moving here. And we'll just get this last little chest here. To a degree. Alright. And we get some refreshers for our trouble. Alright, let's make our way back up and over here. See what's up with this tree with a vagina on its face. Oh, that is a face. Got it. So you're the king of this forest. Now let us through. I don't think it likes you. How about Callie? Can't she talk to trees? Yeah, she must be an Aquaria by now. Alright, so obviously that's pretty much what he means, is we gotta make our way all the way back to Aquaria, which will repopulate this area with enemies again. My answer to that is, in all fairness, is to just kill everything again, because you can't go wrong getting more XP. Especially if we're close to leveling, which I think we kind of are. Well, yeah, that's pretty close. We'd level fighting all the enemies again, so it kind of makes sense to do it. I just want to make sure I didn't leave any NMRs behind. We don't have the thing to work there, so fuck it. Alright. At least not yet. Because we need to head all the way back to Aquaria. It is the age of Aquaria. So, yay for that. Not that it's that big of a deal, nor is it hard for us to get all the way back over there. And we get bummed. But, you know, it's just like anything else going on. You gotta get this shit done. Gots to get done. As we'll make our way back. But like I said, we're gonna lose, I believe, our ranged attacker. So, kind of a negative there for sure. Faux show. But we'll deal with it accordingly. Because it's just the nature of the beast. You lose that ranged attacker. So now we have to deal with these ghost enemies using bombs. Which is also equally not very effective. To a degree, I guess. It would be argued that it's not effective. It's not as effective as using magic, which we can use. Don't get me wrong, we've got plenty of it. And I will use it very openly. But it is kind of annoying when I don't believe in the dungeon the enemies are the same or something like that. No, I think there are still ghosts in the next dungeon too, so there's really no help for us at all. Look at, she's in another bed again! Kylie's sleeping. Why didn't you talk to Grandpa until she wakes up? I don't speak to your grandfather. Fuck that shit. Which means we gotta go now talk to Spencer. Fucking sweet. Just what I've always wanted to do. And it's really just so much animation the Super Nintendo can barely keep up. Poor little guy. Poor little feller. As we jump sit down and we gotta go meet old Spencer Pants. Spencer McFinkledink. Because he's probably got all the answers. We have a little bit of a lag out there. Spence, what you got for us? How's the tunnel going? Can you save Captain Mac and his ship? I can't dig a tunnel that far. We need others' help. Here's your window. By the way, who's that with you? Tristram at your service. I'm a treasure hunter. You don't say? Well, listen, I recently heard a rumor about some amazing armor. Let's go. Sorry, fucker. I'm going treasure hunting with this bald dude. Later, brah. Dude just kind of left us, brah. Tristram, Spencer. I almost forgot. I'll give you this dragon claw. Don't worry, it's on me. Adios, amigo. As we get the best claw in the game. So, for those of you wondering, yes, we're getting close to the back end of the game here. Not that close, but you'll know when. Grandpa just won't slow down. Well, maybe I'll use a bomb to move this dirt. Did you got bomb? Phoebe, you shouldn't fiddle with that. Ah! She made it worse, didn't she? Mm-hmm. Yes, she did. The tunnel collapsed. I have to tell Grandpa. Take care of Kylie for me. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, she's an idiot for fucking that up. Alright, well, it is what it is. So it's slightly weaker, but look at all of those status effects. It does everything. Everything that can be done damage-wise can be done, and it gives us a nice way to cop a feel on a girl when she's not looking. Hey, man, what's that over there? I'm a horrible person. Alright, let's keep moving. Alright. So let's go find us a Kylie. Which I wonder if the new Dragon Claw becomes a ranged weapon because it technically is ranged when you look at how it operates, but I have a pretty good feeling that that doesn't do anything. I still think it's a melee, still treat it as a melee weapon, which kind of sucks. I'm hoping that it wouldn't, but sometimes you just can't win. So Tristram came back. Now we're gonna get Kylie back. Yes, but did you hear about my dad? Yeah, Spencer told me. He said I should see Otto and Windia, and I was hoping you'd come too. And thus she's back with us. And Kylie joined. Yay! I thought she almost had, like, ninja stars because the game glitched out. She's back with us, and she's got some magic, arrow, and she's got a bunch of healing magic that she didn't have before. Nya nya cat. Nya 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 cat. Alright, so we're gonna leisurely make our way back to the Alive Forest. Getting back there, though, I'm probably gonna clear it out of enemies just for the free XP. Just because, like I said, I like to stay ahead of this game as far as XP kind of goes. You know, it's just, it makes everything easier for me later. You know, again, you could argue that I'm grinding, but really, no, that's debatable. Because there's enemies I can't avoid going through the Alive Forest anyway, so I have to fight them again no matter how I do it. So may as well just fight them all for the extra, what, 500 XP, maybe 800 XP, or not that was more than, it is substantially more than that. But then how far am I in from level? 1200? Yeah, so I'm almost gonna level up anyway. Because the enemies are giving around 1,000 a fight anyway. So you're talking 12 battles. Yeah. And we've got a problem, and I think maybe 4 of them or so might be mandatory. So it just kind of begs the question as to why not just do it, you know? It doesn't make sense not to. So, fucking A. So, I'm gonna clear out these enemies again off screen, because you don't need to see all this again. And when we come back, we'll see what's up with that weird-looking tree. Alright, so the whole forest has been eradicated of the foe that is monsterly, ghost-like people. And we're back on track. Oh, great spirit tree of the forest, please let us through to India, or we will cut you down and build a house of glorious awesomeness from your dead branches.
I'll let you through if you can whack the monsters inside me.
If that's the way you want it, brah. Oh god, Deku tree, no! Come on, you guys know it's the Deku tree. Lots of enemies, lots and lots of enemies. I'm gonna clear this out. Now, there is a new enemy here, these barky tree-looking dudes, but we're two assholes with axes. So I'm pretty sure these fights are gonna be very uninteresting. So I will show you one, but we're gonna skip around and kill some of the others first. Alright, so I cleared out a good chunk of misfits, but now all that's left kind of in general area without me having to fight more are these tree dudes. So let's deal with these tree dudes with extreme wood chopping pleasure. Time to die, tree. Only you could prevent forests with axes. This is a little grim. Like I said, those fights are going to be boring as shit because all it is me hacking away at them. They're very inept as far as being able to cause me any significant damage. We're at 20 grand a level, so we've got quite a way before we level again. So just as a heads up, this is how it's going to be. We're also introduced to this guy who's a bit on the newer side. Let's take the Live Oak out first, and then we'll use the Dragon Claw against the Scorpion. And the reason why is one of the Dragon Claw's status effects that it can cause is instant death. It doesn't kick in very often, but when it does, you're kind of happy because it's one less thing you got to dick around over. Or any of the other status effects that it can openly cause are always good. But in good tactics, you always want to take out the weaker enemies that you know you can one-shot right out of the gate. And then obviously you convert to your strategy to take out the next in line here. Again, enemies not really being much of a threat, but you know, we're going to tackle them as needed here. It looks like we've got some tree dudes, I'll meet you guys back up at this Y junction, at that little Y twig right there, because, yeah, I'm just going to be killing shit for this duration. Alright, so, did a lot of killing, in which I feel pretty good. So we still got to make our way around this dump, and we're going to do that with our new Dragon Claw. As we make our way through here. I don't think there's any more enemies. If there is, it's only one or two, and they're going to be pretty much pushovers, which is kind of nice for a change. The enemies not being too resistant in here, being the tree, specifically the tree enemy types. As these will knock us back down into deeper holes. I don't really want to go into deeper holes here. We've got a lot of enemies kind of sprawled around over here. We are going to go up to a higher floor, I think, and have to figure this out. But I'm going to clear out these enemies here, and I'll show you one of those frog fights in just a moment. Alright, so made our way down to this frog here. And we got a worm enemy in there too, so, you know, obviously the axe will axe at a few questions here. But the Dragon Claw, for the time being, is the weapon of choice when dealing with general combat. Even though the axe is stronger, when dealing with enemies who are not weak to axe attacks, it'll usually be the claw that we'll use too, because as you can see, just a retaliation thing there is that she's gonna get poisoned, so but yeah, that's just the nature of it. Now, again, it's not something I'm worried about, because fucker is immune to all the status effects from the toad creature, so it's not my concern, really, about that. And we're gonna go back in here and pretty much get the one treasure that's worthwhile, but we do have to fight our way through bullshit, which is this stuff here. So instead of trees, we're chopping up magic mushrooms. Actually, that kind of sounds like a good idea. I'm just kidding. But we actually got to enter it, I think, from a different way. Because, yeah, I think we have to in order to get in there, so. But that one chest you saw, we do want to get. Yeah, and I'm not going to waste curing poison every freaking 5 seconds here. Well, actually, I should, because that way it'll ease up some inventory space, in all fairness. Take back what I said. Because it actually makes sense to do this. Alright, so yeah, we gotta find a way to get over there, and the only way to do that, I think, is to drop down from above. So we're not gonna be able to get that yet, but it is a very powerful spell, that item that we definitely want to get our hands on here. So it is on our list of shit to do. A glorious, glorious, relentless shit to do. As that's just a waste of my time. As I fell, didn't I? God damn it. The cake is a lie. The cake is a lie. Because I fell and I didn't die. Oh, the cake is a lie. The cake is a lie. Cake. Oh, how I wish I had some cake. That wasn't a lie. Alright, let's see what happened here. What? The fuck is this shit? Oh, you know what? I'm probably gonna jump over it. Get to that spot and jump over it then. If it's gonna be that much of a douchebag every time I try to cross it. That or I need to cross from a different side. Oh, I can't, so obviously there's a different way to do this, and I'm just fucking it up. Got the right tool for the job. Let me check over by that other area on this side, because obviously we've been and done everything over there. Let's go over here. It's obviously something I'm missing. There we go. Yeah, that's total nonsense. So I'm going to go ahead and kill all these enemies, the 2 frogs, and the 2 scorpions that I see right here. So let me take care of that. Alright, cleaned out a good chunk of them. With extreme violence. So as far as that goes, let's continue here. I want to say it's one of these. Yeah, there we go. Gotta poke him in the face, be like, wake up, bitch! And then obviously we're up here, and we've got an enemy that's not necessarily new, but we'll show the fight anyway, just to say I showed it. But purple worm dudes, leeches as they are, obviously weak to axes, and so thus not much of a threat. I mean, assuming they even got an attack in. We also leveled up to, in that very last battle, 34,000 till next level, so we've got our work cut out for us for sure. But we're going to be doing a lot of dive bombing into the lower areas, into the areas below, in order to kind of weed out the treasures and get them for ourselves here. Specifically, the magic spell that I know is in that chest, and I believe it's Meteor. I'm still on the bench if that's Meteor. I think it is, though. I'm pretty sure it is. But I won't bore you with the details. Let me see. We got 2 guys there. We got a guy over there. We've got a dude up here. And we've got a couple places we can fall down, so for obvious means. So I'm going to go ahead and clear these guys out, and then we'll sort it out from there. Alright, so I wiped out the local fauna here, and let's see. I think it's one of these, and again, I could be wrong. I could be way off. But you don't know unless you subject yourself to trying here. Like I said, this is one game I've not openly committed to memory, like I have like with Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy 4 or 6 or any of the other Final Fantasies for that matter. 1 through 10 I've committed to memory. This is not one of my proudest ones that I would ever commit to memory. And I'm openly willing to admit to that. So, okay, yeah, okay, none of those are it at all. So we'll have to figure out other means to get to that side. I know we can get to this side, I think, up there. The way this dungeon's laid out, it's more or less, eventually you keep wandering around it, you'll get it mostly figured out. It's just a matter of subjecting yourself to having to do this. As we now head up this giant wall, which doesn't really get me anywhere, does it? Okay, let me think about this again here. Where have we not gone, or have I not used my grappling hook? Oh, over there. Okay. There it be. As we now, I'm gonna fight my way over to the side here. And I won't make you guys sit through that pay. Ah, fuck it. We're already in it. And it's just these assholes anyway. I'll just annihilate them. You know, with the usual means of chopping and lopping their heads off with extreme prejudice. as we have more to kill. Like I said, these guys aren't much of a threat. They hit kind of hard, but in most cases we can just beat the living snot out of them before they even get a chance to attack it. As you can see, obviously one's going to get a shot in there, just because of the scenario. But nothing, you know, nothing too dramatic, like, oh my god, no. So we'll murder these two as well. Again, making our way up to that face, because that's where the next area of this dungeon is going to open up to us. So, yay! As we make our move, I think it'll be a sword, because it'll be the face. Open Sesame, and oh dear god, so much to kill. Alright, well, I'm gonna clear this place out, guys. We'll be right back. Alright, fought our way through that. About 8 battles or so. We've got some more as soon as we get over here on this side. But like I said, this is the nature of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. You're just constantly fighting battles. So here's some more. Yeah. So anyway, some of you might feel that maybe I'm being a little harsh on the battles amounts and stuff. But I do think it's pretty justified because, like, usually in other RPG games, you're fighting enemies geared around a specific scenario. Like you're fighting Shinra guards, or you're fighting an enemy that's actually relevant to some part of the storyline. Or there's little tidbits of story as you progress through, let's say, a large dungeon. But right now, we're not getting any of that. We're just getting this constant back and forth of random enemies, and there's not really much story attached to the activities going on in between fights. You know, we're inside a tree trying to kill all the monsters in it because that's what he wants. But there's no connection to doing this. That's very, very strong. It's not like I hate to say it, it's of the weirdest things I've had to defend or go after. It's not like the Deku tree where the tree is connected to the people around, and there's a little bit more of a connection to that. That's not the same thing as this. All right. So we get some refreshers. And I believe this will drop us down to the one side we haven't been able to get to on this floor. Of the 2 sides that we're trying to get to, mind you. But, yeah, Alright. Get a heal potion for our trouble. And we'll see after I fight at least these 2 enemies, if not a few more, up the way if there are more. Alright, so killed them. It was just the 2 of them. But now we gotta play this little bit of a... It's not a mini-game necessarily, but it's a game of timing it so you grip onto the sides here. It's not very hard. Making it look easy. And it technically kind of is, but... We'll get up here. And we'll beat this fucking thing down, too. Real quick, fast and in a hurry. Still haven't seen that area to the right where that spell is, so... For some reason, if I don't find it soon, or if we get through the dungeon and I haven't found it, we'll figure something else out. Oh, Jesus. This is a gauntlet room. A gauntlet room. Just what I've always wanted to deal with. Well, I'll show you the new enemy, and then I'm going to clear this gauntlet room out. If there's anything interesting to show you, I'll make sure to show it to you, but right now it's just a bunch of enemies. It's just this endless supply of enemies for no reason other than to make me fight them. And there's an instant gib from the Dragon Claw, which is awesome. I love when that kicks in. It's kind of cool to see it kick in when it does. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a gauntlet, I think. But I think if we get down to that corner, we might be able to get something neat. But I'll kill these 2 enemies and see. Alright, got through that. I have a feeling that this will kind of lead where we need to go, but I could be wrong. Let's just make our way across here. Let's see what's over here. More enemies. So, yeah, we'll get to the... Alright, I killed the 2 oozes, but there's nothing beyond them, so we gotta keep moving. Well, you can hear the frustration in my voice. Okay, I'm gonna clear out this area surrounding this hill of shame here. So, bear with me. Alright, so we dicked around with that. To little to no avail here. So we now gotta fight our way around this mess. And like I said, I'm gonna work my way through, guys, but it's mostly just battle after battle after battle after battle. And you could argue I shouldn't be wasting my time with all these enemies, but I am. I'm doing it for you guys to show how strong you can get by endgame. And I'm also gonna be mocking how irrelevant it kind of is to do it even at that point. So it'll be really funny when we get there. It'll be hilarious. So those of you who are not familiar with this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Avoid the comment section in case anybody wants to throw out spoilers about what's coming up. Alright. There was just enemies, and that was it. And again, I gotta fight my way through all of this, another gauntlet of enemies. Alright, I cleared that out and grabbed all the insignificant chests that were just consumables or things that I was already full up on. Ugh. Oh, why so many? It's bone genocide. Alright, so I have a feeling, just from dealing with all of this, that I've missed something somewhere. Because that hasn't come to where I've been able to find that chest. So I'm going to go back a bit to where it was and see if I can get it to show up. And maybe I just missed something in the side of my eye, or, you know, I wasn't paying attention to where it was, because I've seen no way to get into there, and I just totally see it now. Damn it. Yep, this is how I have to get to it. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna fight my way through this. Oh my god. Alright, we fought our way around that bunch of poison frogs, so, and now I gotta deal with these clowns. Alright, finally, there we go, we get Meteor. I was right, okay, so I think I was right. Anywho, now I have the absolute luxury to walk all the way back through the fucking dungeon to get to the top. We'll be right back as I go and torture myself further. Alright, so we're back at the top again, fucking finally. Where we gotta deal with this jackass. Yay, and the instant death scolders that are surrounding him. Best way to deal with this fight is to just kind of show no mercy on these guys. Hit them as hard as you can with AoE. Get those skeletons out of there. Fuck those guys. They're assholes to the nth degree. And they can easily change the course of this battle given too much free time on the battlefield. So, should have used white probably. That would have done, I think, more damage to him. But alas, I did not. Actually, did less damage. So, interesting. Alright, so while we have a free turn here, not really a free turn, but let's heal this before she gets knocked out of the fight like that. Okay, let's hopefully not get knocked out ourselves. And we're gonna hit this guy with the strongest magic we can. Probably gonna use Meteor, I think. Meteor's definitely gonna be stronger than anything else we can chuck at him. And then for Kylie, we'll use Arrow if she gets any free time chances to attack, which may be hit and miss. We'll see. 458 isn't too bad. He can take another hit. As long as he doesn't get to attack first next round. 1696 versus 1891. So yeah, he's definitely the stronger hitter of the two, but we could always, just to save seeds, which I shouldn't be worrying too much about seeds right now, could always convert back to something different there. God damn it. Should have cast a life spell instead of cure, but oops. Done goofed. No! Fucking stone. Always fucking stone. Alright, well, we get the strike first this time. That's nice. Because we can wipe the floor of these clowns right out the gate of their bullshit. There we go. Nice. And then pretty much we're just going to unload on the big guy here. Healing as necessary. Trying to get through it. Like I said, sometimes in these fights there's just no way around it. You're just going to get hit with something that you have no defense against. You have no defense against stone attacks. So if you get stoned, you're out the fight anyway. And if he gets a critical hit at any juncture, you could also still be out of the fight right out the door, right out the gate. It's kind of, you're at the mercy of the game at that point when it comes to what you can do and what you can't do, because sometimes he'll attack before you, sometimes he doesn't. It's so random that there's no way to develop any kind of significant strategy other than hit him hard, hit him fast, shove this meteor spell right up his ass, you know? That's what you're left to your own kind of expectations of hoping to get through the fight. So there's the Paragas, which we're immune to. We'll hit him with Arrow because I think he's almost dead. I'd rather just try to finish this battle quickly and efficiently rather than waste time using a seed item. It just doesn't make any sense. See, the battle was over anyway. So, alright. There we go, and I think we're actually going to get through here. And he's going to apparently carry us now. Oh god, I hope that's an arm and not something else. But then again, why would it be up there? Maybe he's got like the ultimate Jay Leno chin going on, you know? Like the most glorious Jay Leno chin of all Jay Leno chinness. And over we go. In the mouth we go, and then we'll use the exit spell to get the hell out of there. Why is the exit spell at the top? Ugh, so annoying. You would think that would be a little further away from me, because that's where you kind of go to do stuff, you know. Captain Mac will tell you about the prophecy.
Captain Mac will tell you about the prophecy.
And there he goes. Off into the yonder. Whatever that means. So, yay. I can't move. There we go. Get some cure potion. Because we've been stocking up. I've been using magic intentionally to get that surplus back up. Because the next dungeon, I believe, is going to be a bit more difficult to get through and whatnot. So, we'll head down through here. And we're going to get these two little spaces here. These two spots, rather. I'm going to go ahead and use one seed here, just to give us back our wizard magic. And we're going to go tackle these guys down. If I'm not mistaken, all you get is XP from these fights. So let me take down these two battlefields right now. Okay, so I cleaned out all those battlefields, and they were just XP victories. So we're at 38,745. On our way to level 33, probably once we hit the next big dungeon-y area. But we have a town to explore. We have some cool things coming up. So I want to thank you guys for toughing it out. This was another long episode. Thank you guys for toughing it out as we torture ourselves viciously, maliciously, and without refrain as we try to get through Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. We'll see you guys next time. I need more alcohol.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.